basketball action from New Orleans, Louisiana, home of the Pelicans, here on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan along with Greg Anthony and Brett Berry. David Aldridge will be reporting from the sideline. Last outing for Phoenix, the loss to the Rockets in Houston.
Yeah, and in a hostile environment, they did not rise to the occasion, especially on the defensive side.
Yeah, it felt like they were teenagers during the summer. Low levels of activity, allowed too many good looks. Just not their night.
Now here is Harris. Clock at 6. Over Dragic. Rejected by Dragic. It's tipped. And stolen by Harris. On the wing, Harris. Some incredible athletes in this one, Brent. Defensively, what does it take to stay in front of somebody who's got that kind of explosive ability?
For me, a small prayer. For other guys, it's knowing time, space, distance to make sure that you can collect anybody's first move. As you know, Kevin, you can't be thinking out there. If you're caught thinking, especially defensively, you get to read the back of the jersey of the guy you're guarding quite often. Can't happen here tonight.
And it can take your mind off of the other things you've got to do.
Well, yeah, that, and then you're always using one key phrase, which coaches talk about in practice.
Yeah.
Help.
Oh, yeah.
I need help.
Help. Count that one.
Well, that's a healthy make there after missing their first 4 shots. 1 of 5, not what they wanted, but they're on the board.
Here's Noel. Second chance shot. And it's sent back by Jokic.
Deceptive reach from Jokic there, swatting that shot away using those long arms.
That's a talented guy getting too easy a look. Might have been a miscommunication on that one.
Well, just the first quarter, everyone's still getting adjusted. That said, on defense, you have to bring help sooner.
And the basket by Harris.
Well, a big man who can really dish it out. Jokic really reliable, setting up his teammates.
Dragic. Score the basket. Nice shot after missing his first attempt.
I mean, he makes plays like that in his sleep. The game is just far too easy.
Harris, no good.
He has got a lot of confidence in his game. You have to if you think you can knock one down from there.
Yeah, and let's not get on him too much, but that shot is also a little irresponsible.
Trying to get open is Johnson. And that one's good. Noel.
And this is what happens when you fail to block out.
Defensive rebounding just as important as causing the miss in the first place.
Pass to Jokic. Here's Harris. And it's Noel with the rebound. The Suns leading. Here's Horford. They get the rebound. A second chance effort. Fires the 3. And the rebound goes to the Pelicans. A coaching carousel, certainly in Phoenix. This is the 4th different head coach in as many seasons. What does that do, Brent, to a young team?
Well, it's tough for development because if you don't consistently work with the same player development coaches, you might be learning things for an offense that might have to be reset every year. Igor Kokoskov is one of the more ingenious offensive minds in the game. This is why he's got this opportunity in Phoenix. And I look forward with the type of talent that Phoenix has, with how much creativity he can bring to the court, and hope these young players are excited for that opportunity.
And first time out of the game called for Phoenix.
Yeah, you know, some of it's shot selection, some just bad luck, and they just can't get anything going.
You know, coming out of the timeout, let's see if they go for the outside shot or if they look to go inside, try to build some confidence by seeing that ball go in.
Now here's Moutier, buried from 15 feet out. Moutier's got his first basket.
Not the biggest guy of the 10 on the floor, but showing big heart on that possession.
Pass to Jokic. And Harris wide open. He shoots. His three-pointers off the mark. And here is Rodman to the inside. Here's measuring. It's good.
And really, it's been a major aspect of their offense in the early stages here. Their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range.
The shot's good from Nikola Jokic.
I swear Jokic is out there playing with the watch on because of the timing aspect of his game.
Well, you have to like their work on the boards, Kevin, particularly here to start the game.
A nice shot by Harris.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
From deep. That shot missing, and Phoenix will come the other way. The shot by Carter. Nobody around. Wasted no time on that shot, but it's off the mark. Puts it up. Pass to Jokic. Smith for three. It's hauled in by the Suns. And the call up against Jokic. That's his first foul. Suns trail by 4. There's 38 seconds left here in the first quarter. And Vince Carter with the slam.
Precision pass from Moutier to get his teammate a good look there.
The drive by Smith. And Jokic wide open. He shoots. And again, New Orleans has no up.
Yeah, even though he's been off, the team's still winning. So the hope is that he's going to get going.
And Horford wide open. He shoots. No good from the wing.
Yeah, this is a terrible start for him, and it has to be weighing on him.
The defense there got away with a major lapse.
At the end of one, a closely contested game so far. Pelicans on top, up by 2. And back with the start of the second quarter in just a moment. And some good action in the books as we get back to the game that's been pretty close here so far. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from New Orleans?
Through that first one, they've turned this thing into a track meet.
Love the pace they're playing with. Anytime you can get your offense going without the defense setting up, got a huge advantage.
And just keeping his teammates involved. This is the kind of leadership you like to see.
Well, you could trademark this brand of basketball, running through the progressions and working around for decent looks.
Suns trail by 4. No one near Moutier as he lets it go. Off target on the outside leaner. And the call will be against Al Horford. That's his first foul. And so it's Harris who will bring it up for the New Orleans Pelicans.
What's interesting about Moutier is how cavernous the gap is between the strengths and weaknesses that he has. On the plus side, he creates shots for himself, but how many of those shots is he actually going to make? The other part about his game, though, is his distribution is pretty solid. So if he plays in the pick and roll, he can find teammates.
A nice shot by Carter.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from the paint.
And the officials will call the illegal screen right there.
Yeah, still moving a little bit when he set that screen. He'll argue that he was set, but I really didn't think so.
No, that's a good call. Just keep arguing with the officials because they change that call all the time. Not.
Horford. And it's all evened up. Another thing about Moutier, really good on-ball defender. That marks him.
Well, a better defender when his man's in front of him and not as good at chasing guys through screens. He seems to either get bumped off route or try to take shortcuts that cost him. But offensively is where it is he needs to just be better at decision-making and get that jump shot to be more consistent.
And up the court come the Suns on the break. Offline from the high post. For three, Harris. Rodman grabs the miss.
And gotta like what they've been doing down low in the post.
And they take the lead. Moutier's got his second bucket.
Admire the pull-up jumper there. Moutier improving at knowing when to shoot off the dribble.
Pass to Jokic. It's good. The assist that time from Smith. And it's 8 points for Jokic.
And another momentum shift. These teams going back and forth all night.
Yeah, which team's going to find some consistency first? Neither one can pull away.
Harris inside the line. It's Jokic top of the key. Over Rodman. 5 to shoot. Out to Harris. A second chance effort. And he gets that one to go off the front iron. And it's a 3-point Pelican lead. And it's sent back by Jokic.
This is a quarter that he would love to forget as soon as possible. Not getting anything to go.
And it's out of bounds to the Pelicans. The WNBA, the top teams make the playoffs. We know that regardless of what conference. And the early results look good, Brent. Do you ever see that happening in the NBA?
I like the chatter about it. I like the consideration about it. I love the idea of the top 16 teams making the playoffs. But then I think to myself, well, if 12 of those 16 teams are in the Western Conference, then a lot of people are going to be watching something else come playoff time. So
travel just makes it prohibitive.
Not just the travel, Kevin, but the idea that you have these shifts. As we know, the Western Conference has dominated the NBA for at least the last decade, that there just wouldn't be much attention for the playoffs, at least throughout the country, if you did it that way.
And the Suns making a change here. Down low. Zubac. And that one is stuffed right through.
Nice there, getting the reverse. Love that. And the fans got a little bit of a show there.
Guys, that one definitely had a little something extra on it. Now, here's Vucevic. Stolen by Collins. Pulls up. Shot clock reset for New Orleans. To the middle. Here's Morris. Terrific assist. A nice finish. Solid play all around.
Always tough to work the closer you get to the basket. Nice job of finding an angle on the pass there.
The shot's good.
Really nice to see Dragic explore that aspect of his game. The catch and shoot Jay is simply deadly.
Pass to Collins. Takes a three. Drills the three-pointer. Collins has got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for three.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
And Goran Dragic, a scary lefty out of Slovenia.
At his peak, a phenomenal offensive player. He doesn't hit that peak every season, though. And now in his 30s, we'll see how long he can extend his prime.
Well, when it comes to free throws, Dragic is just money from the line.
Pass to Collins. They grab their own miss. New Orleans moving the ball around. To the middle. Here's Zubac. And he gets it to go. Zubac has got the lead up to 8 now for the Pelicans. And it's Vucevic missing. And here's New Orleans now. They're on a 14-4 run right now. It's stolen by Vucevic.
And 2 for 1. That's what they'd like to get right now.
Working the clock is one element, but you also want to get as good a shot as you can.
Pass to Collins. And that's out of bounds. New Orleans will retain possession. There's 39 seconds left to play in the first half. Back to McLemore. 6 to shoot. New Orleans needs to get off a shot. Shot by Collins, no good.
Yeah, the defense cannot afford to be that lazy. You got to be up on the shooters at all times, especially at the mid-range.
And so here is New Orleans. They lead by 4. Back to McLemore. He got it up. And that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in. And a... Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. And the Suns call time.
The Suns coach Igor Kokoskov, the NBA's first ever head coach, born and raised outside of North America. He will not be the last, but a great opportunity for Phoenix as this guy's paid his dues. 18 years as an NBA assistant, including 5 early years in Phoenix.
Pelicans leading by 4. And Kokoskov, a pioneer, the first D1 college assistant coach out of Europe, also the first in that role in the NBA.
Yeah, in the NBA, he reached the conference finals 7 times and the finals twice. So he's seen what it takes and what type of competitive environment it is when you reach those elite levels. And in 2004 was on the staff for the Detroit Pistons when they won the NBA title against the Lakers. So been around a lot of winning.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Here's Johnson. The kick out to Dragic. Here's Horford. Pulls it up. That one's good from the corner.
Excellent job by Horford to shoot that as soon as he catches it. No time for the defense to get to him.
Back to Jokic. Inside. Harris. And slam dunk by Harris.
And just tacks a few more points onto their lead with the tomahawk.
That's bringing it down hard.
And you could see he knew exactly where that long rebound was coming off, able to get there quickly and snatch it up.
Not the biggest player out there, but Tobias Harris confident to get down low, use his frame, and score.
Here's Johnson. Tobias Harris picking up that last basket. And for Jokic, just keeps getting better, Brent, but always stays very grounded in terms of his personality.
Yeah, I think his brothers had a lot to do with that. You just don't see the big ego coming out of him. In fact, you see a guy who's enjoying the game. He smiles, he's laughing with teammates, he enjoys being with this group and around this coaching staff, and he went as far as to say that he plays every game as a game of pickup basketball in his hometown. I need to travel over there and get in that game.
Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Hey guys, well, some have nicknamed center Nikola Jokic the Joker, and he does have a lighthearted approach. He said, "This is not a job. I'm enjoying the game like a game of pickup basketball in my hometown. That's the mentality. No pressure. It's just a game." He feels that staying calm helps him succeed. Kevin?
Thanks, D.A. New Orleans leading by 11. Three-pointer. Buries the long-range jumper. Jokic has got 11 points.
And defensively, you have got to extend to their shooters. They have been on fire this half.
Yeah, and then the fear sets in that you're going to create driving lanes that could lead to easy buckets. This is not an easy fix.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Think about Gary Harris and just how well-rounded this shooting guard is. A sound defender, good shooter, great slasher and cutter, provides some toughness, willing to do a lot of work. Sky the limit still here for Gary Harris.
The list of intangibles for Harris really goes on and on.
Yeah, no doubt he checks a lot of boxes. High basketball IQ, can play with or without the ball, super competitive, and just seems to step up in the clutch moments. Doesn't hurt a coaching staff to have multiple options. A guy like Gary Harris coming through in the clutch.
Here's Noel over Jokic. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot two. It's going to be on Jokic. The Suns shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game.
And the season numbers for them at the line thus far are really poor. Something I'm sure they are making a point of emphasis.
Now here is Smith. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Here's Harris. And it's wide right. Hits off the rim. Kicks it out to Johnson. Noel in the corner. Just 5 to shoot. And the foul on Dorian Finney-Smith. That's his first foul. And the Suns making a change here. Johnson outside. Here's Horford. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. New Orleans with the ball. They're on a 16-5 run here. And the call will be against Emmanuel Mudiay. That is his first foul of the game. Phoenix on defense. Down by 15. Pass to Jokic. Over Noel. And the rejection by Noel. Here's Carter. That's good, and Johnson with the assist. And that's now 6 points for Vince Carter.
And no matter what they've tried, the D just has not been able to deny them the ball inside.
Now, here's Jokic. He's got 11. Shot clock at 6. New Orleans moving the ball around. It's stolen by Mudiay. Here's Noel. And slam dunk by Noel.
Yes, and Mudiay might have been able to take that shot himself, but instead heads up on a swivel and delivers to his teammates.
And then Carter with the dunk.
And that's a momentum shifter. A steal leading straight to the basket.
Perfect defense. Contesting without fouling. Exactly what you want to do, especially deep into the paint.
And it's good. 2 points. Johnson's got his second basket.
Well, the strength of Johnson, they're hard to contain, adept at scoring despite getting bodied up.
And he has to take that long, slow walk back to the bench here. He'll watch the rest of this one from the sideline.
Here's Carter. And he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time. The whistle blowing. And New Orleans gets called for the foul.
Carter, just a freak of nature. One of the best dunkers the game has ever seen. A top-tier shooting guard who just embraces the spotlight.
There's 48 seconds left to play in the third. Pass to Zubac. And the foul called on Nerlens Noel. That's his first foul. Now a timeout called by New Orleans.
And starting to send guys to the line way more than they need to. Let's get some good position defense going here. That should be the emphasis, and get away from the sloppy fouls.
The Pelicans making a switch here. Smith outside. Suns trail by 5. 8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. And the rejection by Zubac. Phoenix, no good that time either.
Well, he's gotten shots up, but they're not finding the rim. The squad's suffering because of it right now. A bit out of rhythm.
Now McLemore. No points in the game yet for him. Back to Collins. Over Carter. No good. The third quarter comes to a close. The Pelicans on top. And I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the fourth quarter. Suns trail by 5. And the foul on Dorian Finney-Smith. That's foul number 2 for him. To the paint. There's Noel. That's in there. Carter with the assist. Noel's got the first field goal of the fourth quarter here for the Suns. Pass to Collins. McLemore with the ball. Defended by Moutier. Off target from outside.
His teammates cannot be happy with him, guys.
Oh!
Oh, he got fancy with that one.
Yeah, maybe trying to give them the momentum boost they need to break this game open. Smith drives in. And it's Phoenix with the rebound. Fast break. Here we go. To take the lead. And the rejection by Collins. Pass to McLemore. Here's Zubac. Back to McLemore. In the corner, Smith with it. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. And you know, Dennis Smith Jr. is a player who just is oozing with confidence when you see him play.
I just love how Smith Jr. will attack every player he goes up against. Chris Paul, who Smith Jr. goes way back with, noticed how even as a rookie, he approaches every challenge head on. As a rookie, Smith Jr. was just jawing at the bets and dunking on everyone. He has the game to back up that personality. Yeah, I mean, it's an opportunity to kind of regroup and discuss ways to maximize these possessions.
And therein lies the trick, discussing ways to be aggressive, but not committing turnovers.
So both teams changing it up here. Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Thanks, guys. I was able to hear Igor Kokoshkov coaching his team during the break. He told them, hey, this game is there for you, but we got to go get it. 50-50 balls, getting to the basket. We have to give it all right now. Kevin?
And here's Harris from the arc. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Noel. Just about 1.5 minutes gone by here in the fourth. 6 to shoot. On the wing, Harris. Harris outside.
And thus far, they've managed to overcome an off game from him offensively.
And if you have credits to give out, give them to Dragic. Stellar defense.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Devin Harris. That's his first foul. Pass to Measuring. Some